Yep, Queen Iguana, you came in second place. Just like Top Gun, there's no points for second place, sorry. It's your first ever win, and you got a good one. You got a CC container. Hi, Stevie. You want on my lap? Don't poop on it now. This is a brand new pair of shorts. He's like sniffing all the clothes that are on the floor. Hey, Treyarch. Oh, this is your game. Ah, and Mix is on there with you, I see. You finished in the points. That is a win. I do agree, Brush. Hi. Okay, come here. Now, let's take a look at your butt before you sit down. Okay. Butt check is successful. And here's our lap cam. There he is. Okay, so Immelmann. Skip bombers, you can see there are 3 rows. The bombs will hit once, skip, and then skip it the last time. And you can see there with the reticle an idea of, generally speaking, where those 4 bombs will land. Need a butt check emoji? Now, Treyarch is just doing some initial spotting. The Immelmann is kind of a farmer ship, kind of like the FDR in that you're mainly looking to smack into battleships, and I have a feeling you're gonna angle in on the Bismarck right here. Yep. Slowing down to try to get those skip bombers lined up, and there they go. 1, 2, and 3. Boom. Now it's interesting that you recalled immediately with that. Bismarck is a little upset because you didn't do any pre-dropping at all. I thought you might have pre-dropped once. You don't know about this business of making us suffer through exclamation point tickets and then giving the good crates to the greatest balls. Sorry, Duckman. I don't know how to respond to that. And of course you are using Lutyens. Bismarck DCP'd that fire, so it's time for you to set him on a flood. And no floods, no floods. But since you didn't pre-drop, you have the ability to get a second attack in on him. Maybe this time you'll be a little bit more lucky with the floods. Yeah, the Bismarck fighter, okay. No more floods, go figure. Hi. So he's had his snacks and he's happy. Alright, now, if you look at the Marco Polo, Bismarck are kind of forming up. So it's going to be hard for you to just go in and drop on that. So, Izumo. Makes sense, I agree with this. Try to get him out of anti-air ranges, there you go. Not quite sure what you're trying to accomplish here. Game Prodigy with a resub. Going for 2 years, my friend? Thanks, dude.
Game Prodigy just resubscribed for 13 months, going for 2 years.
I hope you're having a good time, Game Prodigy, and thank you again for the resub. Just being an awesome dude. I really do hope that we can get together at some point at a CC summit or something.
To shout out?
Game Prodigy and Viper.
Well, I mean, I know Game Prodigy, but there was another person.
Yeah, Viper. V underscore I underscore P underscore re underscore R. Is there an underscore after Viper? After the R? I don't remember. Yeah, it would be nice, dude. It would be nice. Gotta start saving for the liquor. Oh god, dude. That's gonna be epic.
Sorry, Viper. The only person I will die for is GP for a shout out. And it has happened.
Well, thank you, Puddin'. Data says, watching this gameplay reminded of how unfun it is to be targeted by one. Yep. Although the Bismarck, unfortunately, kind of did it to himself by going off and breaking away from the pack. The best way to deal with carriers is to group up so that your anti-air overlaps, and unfortunately the Bismarck did not do that. Vodka in the morning is a cure-all. I like that idea. Carrier is now desperately trying to save his Bismarck. You can go in and drop and then F off, and I think you'll probably be okay. Game Project is the best player in Wookiee. Again, no floods. Terrible RNG you're having here, man. Now, we were talking about how the Immelmann is like a farming carrier. He's been hitting battleships, and yes, that's forcing the battleships to the back of the map, but as you can see, he's not doing anything else that is typically considered important for carriers, right? He's not spotting for his team, the destroyers, and he's also not really contesting them. So keep that in mind when you're making your decisions about Immelmann, if that's something that you want to pick up or not. All we've seen him do is drop against battleships right now. Not that I'm saying that's a problem. When you buy a starter pack, it starts from the beginning. So you get your initial phases done, but each phase is done by a shipbuilding token. So as you get missions complete and get your shipbuilding tokens, you continue along the phases. But it will get you your first, second, third, whichever ones you buy. Generally speaking, if you are planning on spending money to finish the ZF6, then you want to go with one of the starter packs. Personally, I would probably just go with the more expensive of the starter packs because it gives you more. I believe it's a better doubloon to shipbuilding token or phase, whatever, value, but I could be wrong there. Well, you still have to continue building the ship. You still have to continue doing the missions to get additional shipbuilding tokens. So just because you buy the starter pack doesn't mean you can take a week or two off of WoWs. If you do that, you might end up having to spend additional doubloons to finish off the ZF6. And look at that, you get to drop against the Azumo, and then you can turn and drop against the Bismarck too. But you're not, you're gonna continue on the Bismarck, okay? You're gonna go that way, got it. Now, because you're using loot yens, you saw you've got that talent that gives you, I believe it's a boost to your plane regen, so you don't have to worry about running out of bombers. Hey, look, your first flood in the game. It only took you 8 minutes to get your first flood. And you're getting a little bit of love there in chat. And then your Pommern, unfortunately, is off by himself and charging a Marco Polo, a Zhao, and a Kitakaze, so he's probably going to die. Oh yeah, it's good damage. He's doing good damage, but again, you're going to get large damage numbers because you're primarily targeting battleships. So the question is it effective at meaningful damage? You know, if he's in a midway or something else, he might have gone after the Kitakaze. Would that have had an impact in this game? I don't know. Skip, 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 right into the side. Right, exactly. The destroyers are not threatened. It is exactly the similar concept of FDR gameplay, right? You're a farmer, you're going after battleships. You could theoretically snipe the enemy carrier in this ship as well, assuming that they are just kind of sitting still and, you know, playing like a air base or something like that. Bye, Stevie. And you burned him out anyway. Now watch this drop. You can drop directly on a target too. Watch this. He's going to drop right on the Kitakaze, and he hits him. So that's another thing that you can do with these drop bombers is they're not only good against battleships or large targets. They're better, but they still do really good damage to destroyers. Go play solo, it's a great CV for team play. Lol. You have to let the bombs arm first. Okay. Giving it time. Yeah. So now it looks like you're angling in on a Thunderer, or are you going to go after that Seattle that is stuck? Stuck Seattle is a pretty juicy target. But there's a lot of anti-air you're going to start flying through here, so you want the Thunderer. Yes, there's only 2 types of squad types. Got an engine, looks like. Yeah, you can save about 1,600 doubloons if you buy the first starter pack, but that's assuming that you will grind everything else. So keep that in mind too. Yeah, you can think of the skip bombers as kind of like fast torpedoes, yeah. Except they don't hit everything that's right there. You can possibly skip right over with your bombers. They can go right over a destroyer or something after they've been dropped. So. Right, with the first starter pack, you only need to grind 14 out of 19 tokens. Are you talking about black? You're talking about the more expensive one? I just went ahead and bought it outright because I had tons of doubloons, so I unfortunately can't tell you anymore. No worries. Well, and that's the point I was getting at, is if you don't think that you can grind, baby grind through the whole thing, then you might want to consider picking up the more expensive starter pack, just so that it frees up your availability on things. Nice fire on the Izumo. And that's a good point, Jay. You could also get both packs. And so we talked about this before with the Puerto Rico. Wargaming is looking at this as a kind of a choose how you want to get the ship. If you want to buy it outright, you can. If you want to buy most of it and grind some of it, you can. If you want to buy none of it and grind all of it, well, you're out of luck. You're going to have to grind something to get it. But see what I mean about sniping the carrier? Unfortunately, your team's not looking too good. You got 6 minutes to go. You're up on points, but you are way, way, way down on ships. Now the Kitakaze and the Kiev are both really low, so that helps. Yeah, the missions aren't as hard as Puerto Rico, absolutely. But still, I think it's important to plan out your experience, right? And decide for yourself how, if you want this at ZF6, then fine. If you don't, fine. But if you do want it, what are you going to do to get it? Like, what are the steps that you are willing to take as a player? It's an important decision to make. It's one that only you can make for yourself. Alright, well, Azumo is low, so you can torp him. And then I guess follow up on the Thunderer. Mix is with you, but he's really low on health. There goes the Azumo. Are you gonna keep it and try? I would probably recall here. And of course the Neptune dies, or kills the Azumo. Go figure. Well, and that's what I was talking about, Duckman. It's a great damage farmer, but does that mean that you're gonna win games with it? Maybe. It's not necessarily a carrier that you're gonna go off and dominate with and that sort of thing. What's the rest of the team shooting at? I don't know. They maybe are shooting the destroyers. I mean, the enemy destroyers are both really low. Asteroid, do you like the ZF6? I played around with it in ranked a little bit. I don't know. I don't think I have a good enough build for it with my commander, so 210,000 damage. Well, we always talk about destroyers winning games, and you can see how both enemy destroyers were never really killed or dealt with. So that could, of course, be a factor in this loss. And that's not just a commentary on Treyarch, it's also a commentary on his teammates, right? They couldn't kill the destroyers. Looks like you're going to get the Thunderer, though. 3 minutes to go. Enemy has all the caps. Oh, you're going to go for the second bounce? No, you're going to go for the first. He's smart and turned in on you, so that works. That was good decision by the Edinburgh. "25 torp hits and 2 floods, yeah. Nice hit with your bombers. Well, actually, there was only one. Never mind. I retract that. You might get another hit on him here. If you can get the kill on him. He slowed down quite a bit for you. Oh. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Yeah, if the team didn't do as well, the damage total wouldn't be as high. Absolutely, yes. Drop, 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 drop. What are you waiting for? What the heck was that? I don't know why you waited there. I think you had a good shot on him. Maybe it was lag or something. Oh look, you got a heal. The enemy is now going into the throw maneuver. You've got a minute and a half left. Lol. I might send the carrier into Charlie now. If you really want a chance of winning this, you gotta get a cap. Yeah, I don't think those skipped either. It looked to me like they just dropped directly on this ship. Talking in chat about nerfing the carrier. Why would you nerf it? The win rate isn't that good. Lol. Treyarch, we're coming up on the end of the game, are there any questions you have? Anything you want me to comment on at all? No? Okay. You just wanted to check out a really high damage game in the ship, right? Yeah. Yep. Shows how low impact damage it deals is, right. In other words, you can have a farming ship, but that's not going to get you the win necessarily. It could. I love this. I love this. You're just going to secondary him to death now. And you get another heal. Oh, nope. Just barely left him on the table. Wow. That was a cool game, though. And thanks for sending that one in, Treyarch. Clutch survival. Should have been 7, yeah.